You know when you wake up in the middle of the night and your head is just running all over the place? Generally not with very good things. Your boss is angry at you, you're going to get fired. The person doesn't like you. Your work sucks. You're a bad photographer. You don't deserve this. You're not worth that. Now, it's a very normal thing because this is the brain doing what the brain does. It'll take reality, it'll package all the negative, and it'll serve it back to you as if it's the truth. And then your emotions and feelings and overthinking and anxiety runs on the back of that. Now, there are 7 cognitive distortions that the brain uses to try and protect you. It's a survival mechanism. From the past, when we lived in the bush and a tiger might jump out and kill you, you had to have certain things that protect you from all of that. That's why the brain leans in that direction. So these 7 distortions, that the moment you recognize them, you can ask questions of it and you can poke holes at it and flip it around. The first one is filtering. The brain is very, very good at filtering out neutral and positive information. Because in the old days, it wasn't important. What was important is not dying. So any negative stuff would always rank higher up. So be aware, if you have something happen in your life, ask yourself, is my brain giving me all the information or is it only the negative? If it's only the negative, try and find everything else, the full story. The second distortion is assumptions. Your brain will always assume the worst. So your boss walks past you and doesn't greet you in the morning. What do you assume? Oh, shit, I'm in trouble. Something happened. I'm going to get fired. Or instead of assuming that, ask the question, could he have had a difficult conversation in the car? Maybe she had a tough time yesterday and she's forgot the hangover of that, right? But we assume the worst. We assume the absolute worst. The next one, which is close to that, is predictions. When you have something big coming up, your brain will start predicting possible outcomes. Most of the time, unless you work at it from a performance point of view, most of the time, those are negative. Prediction, I have a public presentation coming up. It's going to suck. More than likely, I'm going to be terrible. And then you start going down that direction. Again, you have to question this. The next one is memories. Now, this is an interesting one because what the brain tries to do, it picks from your past and it injects memories from the past into the current situation. And it leaves you in a space where body-wise and emotion-wise, you're in the same space as a story that played out in the past, but you're trying to deal with a current reality, which is different from where that memory originally came from. But the brain will serve that to you in order to try and protect you from not having that same pain again, even though the story now is different. Big one. The next one is labels. We like to label things because we like to label people, right? He's a this, she's a that. It makes us comfortable because I know what I'm dealing with. When the brain labels things, it normally does it in a very dramatic way. I'm supposed to have a conversation with my partner and I label that potential interaction as it's going to be very stressful. Stressful is a label. I'm going to find a way to make it stressful. I'm late for a flight. The whole situation becomes a total fuck up. That is my label, and I will find a way to make it work like that. So by labeling something, oh, it's a disaster. He is a horrible person. I am not good enough. Those labels you need to question because, again, it comes from a negative point of view. That's what the brain serves you. The next one is emotions. Now, this is a tough one because emotions are temporary feelings in the moment, right? It hijacks our logic and it makes us make decisions at the back of that. It's not a good thing. I've said in the past, you cannot deal with any situation, fact versus emotion, emotion versus fact. And most of the time, if we're in a stressful or any kind of heightened environment, emotions will come up, right? And you act emotionally. You're not acting factually. So again, the emotion as a distortion makes us use a different part of our brain to make decisions than the prefrontal cortex, which is rationing. Emotions, big thing. And then the last one is exaggeration. Our brains tend to blow things totally and utterly out of proportion because that makes us protect ourselves so we don't get to that stage. So from the top down, filters, assumptions, predictions, memories, labels, emotions, and exaggerations. When you get to a stage where you're struggling with a decision or something happens that you start feeling anxious. Run through that list and question every single one. Your boss being angry at you, filtering. Are you only seeing the one part of it? Your boss being angry at you. Assumption. Oh, he hates me. He's going to fire me. Predictions. My boss didn't say hello. I'm probably in shit later today. Memories. I remember 2 years ago at a very different job when I fucked up, my boss came at me. So now, probably in this situation, I'm predicting that my boss is going to still be upset with me. Different story. Labels. My boss is very serious. My boss is very direct. And that's what you then expect. The confirmation bias says that is what you will find. Emotions, right? If you are in a situation at work where you feel your boss is going to be bad towards you, you're probably not in the best emotional state. Maybe your emotion is giving you that kind of direction. Question that. And exaggeration, right? If you feel your boss didn't say hello to you, you're going to get fired, it's exaggerated to a ridiculous point. Take those 7 filters and question every single one. When you start overthinking, getting anxious, start getting stressful, you'll be surprised what comes out of it. Now, those 7 filters is from a book by Mo Goddard. It's called Solve for Happy. Highly recommended. Great read all round, but it makes beautiful sense. Your brain uses those distortions in order to try and keep you safe, but it also keeps you unhappy. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a look at those 7. I'm sure it'll make a difference. I know it has for me.